let's take a quick look at a couple things swirling around the internet universe lately. We've been told week in, week out that women are to be believed. It's almost like the media is selling a blank check of turn your mind off and believe everything you're hearing from just one side. Don't doubt accusers, automatically view them as victims. Others tell us to believe the accused. Never mind that accusers and the accused could both be lying. How about this for a novel idea? You don't have to believe anything. And you're not a bad person if you don't just automatically believe what people say. You can save your thoughts on the matter until such a time as evidence comes forward. And even when evidence comes forward, you still don't have to believe. Now, the funny thing about this believe the accuser no matter what is that if supposed victims come forward and accuse certain party members of the same or worse indiscretions than Kavanaugh is said to have done, well, in that case, it's viewed just a little bit differently by those who are supporters of that party. And to tell us all about that, here's Hillary, I don't believe a damn word that bimbo says, Clinton.
Somebody's willing to pay you $130,000 or $170,000 to say something, and you get your 15 minutes of fame, and you get your picture on the front page of every newspaper, and you're some failed cabaret singer who doesn't even have much of a resume to fall back on, and what's there she's lied about. You know, that's the daughter of Willie Horton, as far as I'm concerned. It's the same kind of attempt to keep the real issues of this country out of the mainstream debate.
In other news, I know it's all a dog and pony show, but you gotta admit, Trump makes the show way more interesting than it's ever been. Check him out making fun of Diane Frankenstein.
The beautiful thing that's going on over the last few days in the Senate, when you see the anger, when you see people that are angry and mean and nasty and untruthful, when you look at releases and leaks and then they say, oh, I didn't do it, I didn't do it. Remember? Dianne Feinstein, did you leak? Remember her answer? Did you leak the document? What? No, no, I didn't leak. Well, wait 1 minute. Did we leak? Oh. No, we didn't leak.
In case you don't know what he's talking about, here's Frankenstein herself trying to convince everybody that she's telling the truth.
I did not hide Dr. Ford's allegations. I did not leak her story.
I believe what you just said. Can you tell us that your staff did not leak it?
Oh, I don't believe my staff would leak it. I have not asked that question directly, but I do not believe
you know
they
that?
would.
I mean, how in the world could that get in the hands of the press?
The answer is no. The staff
Have you
said
asked
they did not.
Have you asked your staff or other
I
staff
just
members
did.
on the Judiciary Committee?
Pardon me? Well, Jennifer reminds me I've asked her before about it, and that's true.
Well, somebody leaked it if it wasn't you.
Well, it was, I'm telling you, it was not, I did not. It did not leak from us. I did not.
Her multiple I did nots remind me of another infamous I did not. Let's see now, who was that? Oh yeah, Slick Willie. Take it away.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
I did not.
I never told anybody to lie, not a single time, never.
And surprise, surprise, surprise. Turns out he not only had sexual relations with that woman, but he told plenty of people to lie about it. No doubt including Hillary. But getting back to Trump.
I'll tell you what, that was really bad body language. Who knows? Maybe she didn't, but that was the worst body language I've ever seen.
In other news, back at the Democrat Party echo chamber, CNN, I found it interesting what this journalist says as he's talking to little Brian Stelter. Scratch that, make that big Brian Stelter? Because it looks like he's been having a serious relationship with some silverware lately.
But Jeff Snell reporting the scope of the investigation is going to be as narrow as possible, as seen by Don McGahn. Now, whether McGahn's successful in doing that will remain to be seen. But I think there's reason to be skeptical about how extensive this investigation will be. Jeff Greenfield, do you share my skepticism?
Look, I'm skeptical about almost everything I've heard through this. And to your point, if I can pivot, I think we're at a point where the whole last 2 years, and certainly since Trump's inauguration, has put the press, or the press has put itself in the position you described. When you have a president of the United States who says to his people, in so many words, don't believe anything negative you hear about me, it is fake, it is a lie, they are enemies. I don't think it's surprising that, at least in my view, a fair percentage of the press, in one way or another, thinks of itself as a kind of resistance. We have to speak truth to this man. We have to correct his statement about what we do. And in the process, I mean, I have to say this quite bluntly to a CNN anchor, when I look at CNN, hour after hour after hour, I see panels rather than reporting.
Panels rather than reporting. Hosting panel opinion pieces is easy. It's easy to control narratives. It gives viewers the same mantra from different people, from different angles. It muddies the waters of what's really going on, and it essentially deceives, divides, and distracts people. Reporting what's really going on without persuading people with their personal bias is something that's impossible for the Clinton News Network to do. They're so consumed with propagating their agenda that they wouldn't know honest reporting if it was a herd of rhinos rushing to trample them to death.
Exchanging opinions, the overwhelming majority of which on this network I regard as quite critical or hostile to Trump. Now, that may be justified. It may be that these folks have concluded on the basis of how Trump has behaved and the Republicans that they deserve this kind of pushback. But I think that what you described, these two different universes, has only been accelerated. Look,
You think the press is exacerbating that feeling of two universes?
First of all, CNN is not the press. Second, Brian Stelter's like, you think we're exacerbating this idea of two universes? No, Brian, you only champion the left versus right paradigm 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I think the press in some way is trapped, because it's a perfectly legitimate argument to say this president has misled, dissembled, outright lied more than maybe all the presidents combined, and we have to call him to that. But what's happened is that it's fed the view on the other side of the aisle that, of course, they're critical of Trump because it's all fake news because they don't like what he's doing.
What do you think personally? Has CNN taken a side, you think, in this Kavanaugh debate?
No, CNN would never take sides on anything. They are the epitome of honest reporting right down the line. God, Stelter is a clueless moron.
Has the press taken a side?
Yes, I think if you take the overall coverage, night after night, and you said, well, what have I heard that it balances out? Sure.
This guy basically said in a real nice, politically correct way, hell yeah, you guys take sides. I hate all this pandering tiptoe language. As much as I appreciate this guy speaking what little truth he speaks here, it'd be refreshing to see a guest look at Stelter with examples in hand and say, what the hell kind of question is that, Brian? Doesn't CNN have a history of taking sides? What about you guys lying about WMDs? What about the fact that you were admittedly the biggest supporters of the Hillary Clinton campaign? This guy could have wiped the floor with Stelter.
Now, and again, I want to be clear about this. It may be that the facts justify that, but I can't see how you can look at any more than you can look at Fox, say, Fox and Friends, and decide that it's anything more than state media. In CNN's case, it's not at that level at all.
Oh yeah, Fox is state media, but CNN isn't? This guy was kinda on the right track until he started backing down and pussyfooting around. Guys, if you're still expecting these corporate media mouthpieces to bring you the truth, you're drinking the Kool-Aid. The moral of the story in my video here is, you don't have to believe everything you hear. And for God's sake, don't drink the Kool-Aid. I'll see you guys in the next video. Guys, I don't know how much longer my channel will be around here on YouTube. Please take a minute and sign up to my email list. It's free, painless, and you'll get some cool stuff. Also, take another minute to subscribe to my decentralized, censorship-free BitChute and Steemit channels. All these links are in the description. I want you to know this: if my channel goes down, I'll still produce content for you guys through my website and through BitChute and Steemit. So make sure you stay connected through the email subscription link in the description below. Just watch the 45-second video on my website and you'll be all set. If you want to support my work on this channel, grab a shirt, snag a flashlight, or hit me up on Patreon and PayPal. I'll see you guys in the next video. Before you go, check out one of the most in-your-face, hard-hitting, conversation-starting shirt stores on the planet. Just by wearing one of these t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, or cutoffs, and without saying a word, you can let people know that black rifles matter. You can inform the sleeping masses that fluoride is dumbing them down, that Google is a gulag-style censorship machine, that the Department of Homeland Security is merely security theater, that the NSA makes your private life their business, that the Grim Reaper supports everyone's troops, that we need to legalize freedom, that in life there are no excuses, that CNN is a communist news network, voting is the suggestion box of slaves, that 9/11 was a lie, and that all official stories should be questioned. Also, let people know we're in the middle of a full-blown sheepvolution, taxation is theft, the IRS is an immoral robbery service, cops enjoy protecting and serving the crap out of you, that the space you occupy is not a gun-free zone, and that gun-free zones are the most dangerous places on earth. Your purchase helps support more hard-hitting content on my censored channel. As of the recording of this video, I have over 90 designs. I take your requests for new designs, and I'm adding new ones every week, so check back often. The link to the store is in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.